Hi, I'm Brittany with Agent Core Realty, and I'm here today with Cassandra, the owner of By That One Girl. Thank you so much for coming in today and spending time with us. So, can you tell me a little bit about your business and kind of how you got into it?
So, I am a serial entrepreneur.
Love it.
My whole life, creative, crafty, always doing something. I'm that person that if you go to Michael's and you're like, see it, and you're like, I can make that, and then you end up spending more.
Yeah.
So my husband proposed with biodegradable confetti.
Awesome.
Back in 2017.
Okay.
And at the time I was an event producer, and I was looking for a way to like encapsulate that confetti.
Mhm.
I didn't, like, how do you save it, you know? And so then I went down a rabbit hole. I tried to design a ring box.
Okay.
Still in the making how many years later. And so I just became obsessed with confetti, and that's an ongoing issue. But then come into terms, Serena was doing a women empowerment conference here in town, and she asked me to design a backdrop.
Okay.
And I was like, went down a couple avenues, and then I ended up building this huge pink wall.
Okay.
And I put trophies all over it.
Cool.
I ended up in a trophy shop here in town digging through their trash can for pieces, and he was like, you can have all these toppers and all of these bottom pieces. He just didn't give me like the rod or the marble piece at the bottom, and so I have like all these toppers. There's like, he had pet birds and he had dumped the cage stuff into the same trash can. So
fun for you.
Yes. So I create these trophies. I end up having to like connect them back together, cutting rods for the inside. I put wood on the bottom, and it was all pink, a whole pink wall. I got a big pink trophy for people to hold there as well. And afterwards, I didn't want to get rid of them. It took so much time, and my husband was like, we either need to get rid of these, or like, you need to start doing something with them. And so we talked about it, and you know, we wrestled around with these ideas of giving them out to people or hiding them places and things like that. But I'm a slight perfectionist. So I was like, but the bases are wood. Like, I can't, it's not finished. I only did this for like a one-day thing. And so then go back to my confetti obsession. I was like, okay, what if somehow I can make the center see-through, and then I can put the confetti in the center of it.
So fun.
And so I still have a couple of those pink trophies floating around. I gave a couple to my friends, you know, just when they were going through hard times and things. But I wanted to curate the entire trophy. So did that answer your question?
Yes, it did. It
in
very
a
much
roundabout way.
Yeah, no, it got to all the points. So you did a great job. It told us how you got into it and what you do. I love it. So who's your audience then? I guess that would bring me into another question. Like, who comes and gets these from you, and who's your audience?
Yeah, so in the beginning, the idea was really focused on micro joys. I was going through hard times, postpartum.
Oh, I know that one.
Yeah, and when Serena had reached out, I was still breastfeeding. I think I had a 3-month-old at that time. I'm pretty sure it was in January. And it was really just about like, celebrate putting the laundry away, like getting it off the couch, or noticing your friend, you know, like, you got the promotion at work, or the big things and the small things for micro joys. So that's not really people's like forefront of their mind though. So you have to open up those conversations and get people thinking that way. So it's mostly targeted, you know, women are mostly on board with it.
Yes.
And moms, just hardworking people, anyone really. I've had costume trophies.
Okay.
And, birthday trophies and...
I think you could get men, you just have to think of the way in.
Right. So maybe I'm just partial to my girls.
Because men like trophies too.
This is true. I like, I'd like to see it in schools, like a traveling trophy.
Oh, I love
to each classroom. I just dropped off an order to a corporate company today on my way here,
exciting.
But I can't announce it yet. So just things like that, like traveling through different departments or healthcare. But my main focus, I would say, is probably people like myself.
Yeah.
I just kind of relate to that community best. People just hustling.
I could relate.
Right.
I want a gift.
Yeah.
I want a trophy for everything I do.
Yeah.
Because we do a lot of invisible things.
Mm-hmm.
And I want a gift for that.
Just on your desk, for carrying the mental load.
Oh my God, every woman everywhere wants this. It's like our prized possession. We polish it once a week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or sit on our husband's desk. It's your wife that carries the mental load.
Yeah.
It's a gift for us to them.
Yeah. Buy it for yourself and then just go, oh, look what somebody gave me today.
Exactly. By the way, I love your name. How did you come up with it?
Yeah, so as I said, I'm a serial entrepreneur. So in the beginning, I was aiming for ring boxes, and my husband and I were in Idaho, and I overthink things a lot. And people generally have to motivate me. I like to talk it through with people.
Me too. Do you have ADHD?
Probably.
Probably. It sounds like you might.
I should turn that off. So I just love to talk it through with people because otherwise I just cycles in my mind. So I sat him down because we always, brainstorm really well together. Yeah. And I'm like, I need to just start. Because he knows. He's a good motivator for me because he'll be same with the pink trophies. He's like, just give it. It's fine if it's not at the level. But I'm I want it here. And so we're talking. I'm like, but I don't know what exactly I'll offer yet. I know I had pieces of it at that point. And I was like, I just want to be that girl that sells those things.
Yeah.
And then he was like, well, there you go. And I was like, what? And so in the beginning, it was those things by that one girl. So my email is still the very lengthy thing. And that way I did signs and different things until I kind of really honed in. I was like, I don't want to be all over the place. It's hard to please everyone. Yeah. Especially with kids.
Totally.
And I can design all these things, and I have a laser, so I cut them. But then it just kind of really honed in, and so then that's when I narrowed it down to just buy that one girl. So
I love that.
That's my thing, yeah.
Yeah, I think some of my clients will end up getting one of these trophies just for buying a house. That's a big achievement.
Yes.
That's a big win.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now it's kind of evolved. It's trophies, celebration props, and then celebration experiences.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because you did U-Palooza, right?
Mm-hmm.
That you did that, yeah.
Yeah,
that's really awesome.
The Celebrate U-Palooza trophies, and it's really just, like I said, getting people to remember to celebrate themselves.
Yeah.
And so now we're offering a photo experience in February where people will just get to dance in confetti as I'm just showering them with confetti.
I love anything sparkly and fluffiness and things all over the place. It's my jam.
Mm-hmm. So we have two options, one sparkle and then one rainbow confetti, so they get to choose.
Cool.
But yeah, so that's kind of how it's evolved and still honing in on everything, but I like where we're at.
Yeah, for sure. Where do you see your company going in the next year?
Oh, I kind of touched on it. I know Emily is very encouraging She really wants me to get on Etsy.
Okay.
And
That's actually a good idea.
Yes, so I think that's my 1-year goal. I have 2 listings up on there right now. But you know, they always say you shouldn't house your company on Instagram, and I'm very like, that's my crutch.
Yeah.
Is Instagram.
But I think that is like such a strong tool nowadays. People can house everything on Instagram, and you can create word of mouth and everything. So I don't know if that's...
I'll still focus on it, but I'm like, what if it goes away? Or if I get hacked? Or like, you know, so...
That is very true. Yes.
I would like to
That's
be
scary. Yes.
And I think with Etsy, I'll be able to reach, you know, I love the Bakersfield community, and I love our locals here. They're so supportive. But I think it would be fun to be able to, you know, send out to a couple states.
Well, and I think like that's a big thing about local businesses too. We want you to expand and grow, not just from our community, but outside that community, because you're still a local business in Bakersfield, even though you might be going outside. That's still great, because that's going to help you prosper more, because you have a bigger demographic that way. You're going to have bigger orders, and you're just going to grow and flourish that way. So I think that's good.
The goal. And then I'll be able to provide more experiences here in town.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I feel like if people are recognizing and celebrating themselves and like uplifting themselves, then they're able to give more back, right, to the community and those around them.
Totally.
So it's like, we all just gotta
it's a win-win.
Work it together.
Yeah, for sure. So I ask everyone this: where do you see Bakersfield growing in the next 5 years, or how would you like it to see it grow?
I would love to see, you know, I've been to a lot with kids now, the like interactive children's experiences and things like that. I would just love more of those, or like even for adults. Like, I really like the experiences. So I feel like that scene is growing here. And things like that.
I think that's nice. As someone who has a 2-year-old, I like want that too for them. And I think, like you said, for adults and children.
Yeah. Or that we can do together.
Yes, like
nobody wants babysitters. But just so like you see their wonder, but then like you also get to feel it too.
It's almost like you're tapping into their childlike play. So you're letting them play and explore more in that, as well as you get that. Because I think adults sometimes forget like the fun in life and like the importance of play as an adult. It's so important to get silly and still do fun things.
Right. Yep, like throw the confetti.
Throw that confetti. That could be your, what is it called?
My
slogan. Throw the confetti. It's life come at you, throw the confetti.
Right. I get in trouble, but I say throw the damn confetti.
I say worse things, so it's okay. Well, thank you so much for sitting and taking the time to talk with me. It's really nice getting to know your business more. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.